when Eric was born. I was working for a company and we developed a way to deposit gold on glass. And I happened to have this little box that I found in the shed full of gold foil. It's 100% gold deposited onto aluminum foil. So I used that to shield the cavity of the guitar. So Blackie Darth Vaitar is actually gold on the inside. I was thinking we could call the guitar Goldie, because what matters is what's on the inside. People be like, how come you don't call it Blackie? But what matters is on the inside. Easy for me to say. Whew. So what can I tell you? The build is going great. The pickups look amazing. I did the tap test. The single coils are really noisy. But when you pair them, they humbuck each other, which is cool. Like if you select neck and middle, it's clean, no noise. But if you select a single coil by itself, it's really noisy. There was a problem with the tremolo. The tremolo, if you use the whammy bar, it'll stick up. And then you got to kind of push it back on the body. I'm not sure why that's happening. I'm going to try to adjust the screws. But I also have an old vintage block that I found. I couldn't get the Wilkinson tremolo arm with the set screw to work right. I'm not sure how that works, so I'm going to replace the block with this old vintage block. This is even bigger than the Wilkinson one. I got all 5 springs in there, but still the tremolo wants to sit up. I didn't tighten the 6 screws super tight or anything, so I'm not sure what the problem is. The tuning keys are awesome. They came out great. There's no need for the string trees. They look great. I didn't switch out the nut, but I did put some graphite on the existing nut. Seems to be working okay. Now I found these vintage Fender branded saddles that I had kicking around. I don't even know where they came from. I've had them for probably 30 years. So I got them soaking in PB Blaster, and I'm going to try to restore them as much as possible and pick out 6 good ones, 6 matching ones, and maybe put that on the Wilkinson bridge. So the only thing on the Wilkinson bridge that'll be Wilkinson will be the top plate. Everything else will be vintage Fender swapped out. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then I'll be able to put the regular screw tremolo arm back in the bridge, which I'm more familiar with. I couldn't get the Wilkinson thing to work. I don't know. What else? Today I'm going to take my micrometer and I'm going to measure the distances of the saddles and positions on my Strat and try to figure out how to, I don't have any way to judge the radius. So I'm going to use my measurements and do that as the setup, assuming I get the tremolo system fixed today. Still to do, yeah, I didn't do the nut. I'm thinking of doing it, but I don't know how to take the old nut off. So that's about it. I haven't plugged it in and played it with strings on it yet. So we still have to do that. So I'm going to see if I can fix up the tremolo and install these old things. These old pieces. Speaking of old pieces, see you later. So here's how it went. I realized the reason the bridge is hanging up is because a couple of the holes of the 6-point bridge system were not perfect. I came in at a little bit of an angle. I realized that's going to bind up the bridge. So anyway, at the same time I was looking at those old saddles, so I restored the big Fender logo saddles and put them on, and they were too wide for the bridge. All next to one. I never considered the width of the saddle. So then I took the other old Fender branded saddles and restored those and then put them on. They fit. So that looks great. And I put the big block on with the threaded tremolo arm. So that's going to be awesome. And so I realized I had to fill in all the holes for the previous bridge and start fresh. So I sanded that off, stuffed them full of toothpicks, sanded that off, polished it up, and tomorrow I got to go get a drill bit and drill in the remaining right holes for the pick guard and for the bridge, and hopefully get that all done up. So tomorrow's episode, episode 3, will be the big reveal, knock on wood, and hopefully we'll get her going. So yeah, it was a pisser because I spent the whole day trying to fit saddles that were too wide for the bridge, and then cleaned the other saddles and put them on. So it was like 4 hours wasted time trying to fit the right saddles on there. But we'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow. I just got to get a little drill bit, find what bridge placement holes I need, put them in, bing, bang, bing, and we should be rocking tomorrow. So this episode is over and out, and keep rocking, keep those rock and roll dreams alive. Bye-bye.